Hello. Hello, Facebook family. Thank you so much for joining us on this Tuesday early evening. I just want to say thank you for taking time out of your day to even hear about the culture of money. It's more than a book, it's a movement. I would like to bring on stage I like to call him Big Brother Bishop. But he is a certified financial expert, a man of God, an entrepreneur. He's built several successful companies. He is a motivational speaker. He is someone that actually cares about the people and giving the people the information that they need to succeed. This project, The Culture of Money, is what we're going to kind of talk about, but not in a media format, more in a brother and sisterly way on how this even came about. So let's welcome to the stage De'Andre Salter, who I call Big Brother Bishop, certified financial expert, and the author of The Culture of Money.
Hey, what's up?
Why you laughing at me? Already. I'm trying to be serious. Bro.
You make big happen, baby.
Yeah, I'm
Look,
trying to be serious. It's my moment to be serious. Come on.
you did
Hey,
an
why?
you did an excellent job. Listen, how many people come up with the name Big Brother Bishop? You know what I'm saying? Like I get it. I get the big brother and I get the bishop. It's like, you give me the big brother respect, and you threw a little bishop respect in there. Some people don't respect the bishop. Some people don't respect the brother. You give me love on both sides. Thank you, sister.
Because I throw popcorn at you if you wasn't a good bishop. I'm like, sit down, brother. You ain't, look, we come from a long line of preachers and elders and bishops, right? So if you ain't doing it in our family,
Yeah.
I think I'm your toughest critic, right? Wouldn't you say that?
I would say you push me. You push me. You push me. You push me. Yeah, you give me fair feedback. Listen, you keep it 100. And you know what? Everybody out there, and I see you, Fred. I see you logged on. Thanks so much for joining us. But listen, you need people in your life. I don't care whether they're family or friends. You need some people that when the lights go off, that will check you, that will help you, that will give you honest feedback. And so the way I put it is, it's always good feedback. You don't let me half step, and you want me to be great. And I live for that. I live for that. I want to make you proud. I want to make all my family proud.
What? You
Yeah.
doing it. I mean, you and my other brother and my father are the men that know me since I was born. Period. So if anybody want advice on me, you know me before I even knew me. And I appreciate that. And I appreciate the role you have played in my life, first and foremost, as a brother. Because we just preacher kids, right?
Yeah, PKs all the way.
PKs all the way. And I want to actually bring up a little bit of the journey.
Yeah.
Because we need to tap into the historical roots. Um, I always give you credit for doing what you do, because I wouldn't do it. I mean, I'm just really being honest. Church folks are the hardest folks to deal with.
uh,
And you stepped in to a lineage. First of all, you answered the call, and not just answered it, literally took it to another level. I mean, whoa.
Hmm.
Like, I'd be amazed at you.
Oh, wow.
And like I said, I throw popcorn at my own movie. Bow! Get off the stage. No, but I am amazed at you. And I'm amazed at how you actually have a heart for the people. And I
Yeah.
don't really think that people really get that, because you are
Yeah.
a businessman. So
Yeah.
you're a businessman. I mean, look, hey, I gotta say it. This is my brother. This is why we're doing brother sister talk. Okay. He's this man is a shark in business. He knows business. He is business. I call him up like, yo, how do I run this? How do I play this deal? And to come from where we come from and the amount of work you have done on yourself,
Yeah.
I'm just like amazed. And then also you got your Yankee hat or on sidebar. I was barred from going to a Yankee game with my brother because
Yeah.
we went
True
to a
story, y'all.
Boston Red Sox, and then if you know anything about the Yankees, that's
True
the
story.
one thing. First of all, our grandfather did. He made us Yankee fans. Pop
Yeah.
Bird, right?
Yeah. True story. That's true story. We went to that Yankees game, and just like you did when we were kids, you got me with some of that talk into some trouble.
And he
With a
was
few
like,
Red
I
Sox
can't do
fans.
this no more. I'm
But
a
you know
pastor,
what?
I'm a bishop now. You can't be fighting the
Yeah,
people.
no, family's family. But you know what? True. All things, all jokes aside, back to the point you were making. Look, there's some lineage to this, and it's very important because my family, our family has been serving people for multiple generations. I mean, we have
Multiple.
we have great grandparents that were in ministry, and we grew up around ministry, and a lot of people don't understand really what ministry is. Obviously we preach the gospel, but what ministry also is community. And yes, whenever you're
Yes,
in community, sometimes when you're spending so much time together, there are a lot of issues that develop, and you have to really be committed to helping people raise their lives. But to help people raise their lives, you have to be committed to growth. So thank you for noticing, because I do try to put the work in. But above all, I'm trying to carry that lineage from my grandmother, Overseer Josephine Bird, to my mother, Pastor Emma Salter, and now to me in my generation. And what we've been charged with is, and you in your own way, you're not a preacher in the pulpit, but you're preaching the streets, and you're out there with your activism. And I'm so proud of you. I mean, this summer, you reach the marginalized. You stand up for people that other people don't speak for. You always raising up young professionals. I mean, the stuff I've seen you do with young Black women, and to, just to inspire them and to coach them up. And you've been doing this a long time. So it's kind of in our genes. But, the culture of money, right? While it is a book about money, I think what you're getting at, even with that comment, is this. It's a book about all the things beyond money. It's about family, right? Because one of the primary reasons you want to live a blessed life and have something to pass down is because you love your family. It's
yes,
about community. One of the reasons why we need to get our game up and take our economics up to another level is because our community is suffering. It's about health and wellness, right? Because all the things that we want, we can have them, but there's a way to get at it. And perhaps in the past, the conversations around these things have gone all different ways. But we're going to reframe that conversation. But it's also about faith, right? Because all these things are us. It's about faith, right? Because there's a role. We say, hey, church people are hard to help sometimes. Yeah, that may be true. But think about this, sis. The people that come in church are people that have problems. Now, the most self-aware of them will recognize that. And
yes,
when we work in the streets and we work in church, we're dealing with people with problems. And people with problems are always going to be the harder lift. And that's why I love what you said. You've got to be committed to this thing. I mean, honestly, can we share a little bit about how this came to be, like, for
look,
real?
look, this is what this is about. No holds barred. We talked earlier about some stuff we're gonna save for Oprah and Ellen. We coming for
Yeah,
y'all.
yeah, yeah. We
But
can't talk about that now.
that we ain't gonna talk about that stuff. But
That's primetime television stuff.
yeah. Let's lay the groundwork for even how you even reached out and how we collaborated on this. I'm not a member of Impact Church. I live in a different state.
Mm-hmm.
I have such great respect for my family and the lineage. And for me to even do that kind of, I guess, separation, but I actually did not want to be a preacher's kid anymore. I wanted to go to church and sit and nobody judged me. And I even called Bishop and he said, Bishop, what you say? I'm jealous. I wish I could do that. Where nobody knows, oh, that's such and such, that's overseer. And it allowed me to really have my own journey and experience with God. And it renewed my faith. And people don't really understand the pressure of preachers' kids and the pressure that even my big brother Bishop has on him. And I will always protect him because he's doing the right thing. Because like I said, I will call a no good joker out in a minute. Sorry. He is who he say he is.
You remember that night?
And I'm proud.
The night when I called you?
Huh?
You remember the night when I called you? What I said?
What you said?
Remember that? All right. So I remember, right, because I have been, as you know, I kind of been in this space and from ministry standpoint, but I've been working up some notes or some things. But you know, one of the problems I always had is when working with other people, you know, I've never really found my place in ministry because a lot of times, although I have all the degrees, I have the, you know, the MDiv and all that kind of stuff. Oftentimes when you have business success, people in ministry don't give you the credibility. They think that you're just the business guy, right? They don't understand that there's multiple generations of revelation when we speak, yeah. Right? And so, and then I go to the business community, and then all they would see is that, and they want to dishonor my faith, right? And it's kind of like, well, you can't really do that, right? And
you black, you a black man too,
and I'm a black man, right? And so I never found anybody who could bring it all together, right? And so I remember saying, man, this is getting frustrating. I know what I sense. I don't really understand it fully, but I know I'm not supposed to be dividing myself. I'm not supposed to be anybody but me. That's how we were raised. So I'm going to be real. Like, I am the successful business guy. I'm the father. I'm the husband. I'm the preacher. I'm all those things. And I don't want to compartmentalize them. And you said to me, well, you don't have to. And I remember saying to you, I said, sis, you make big happen. This is what you do. I need you to think about this. Just pray on it. Remember that? I said, won't you just pray on it? I feel like God's going to give you something like how to bring it all together, because I'm tired of everybody trying to pull me in different ways. And you know what I mean? And then you called me back. You prayed on it. You sought the Lord.
Yeah, because, you know, I was getting dressed up. You know, by the way he called me, I was getting dressed up, you know, for a little Halloween soiree. Okay. And I was like, I'll call you back. And I was up in the mirror like this, put my lipstick on. And he was like, okay, I'm out. He's very good at that. Like, he will exit stage on me in a minute.
But you prayed on it, but you got something from God, though. Like, the thing I respect is, and I always respect people, you know, again, that can turn to the marketplace and then turn back away from the marketplace and put it all together. And you have the sensibility to understand kind of what is happening in the world and have great interpretation on it. And I just remember you called me back. It was crazy because it was the opposite. I was getting dressed when you called me back. Like,
right.
And it wasn't like immediate. I think it was like almost like weeks or month, or maybe a month. Yeah. It was a few weeks. And then you called back. You was like, bruh, because you know how you get, right? Because you have all that energy. So you know you get
all that extra. Yeah.
Yeah. You was like, bruh, I got it. I heard from the Lord. And I was just like, what? I had already forgotten like the assignment. You like, I heard from the Lord. I know I'm hearing this from the Lord. I got the download. That was exactly what I was like, download. What are you talking about? You was like,
yeah, right? I
remember
sound
that?
crazy.
And you was like, the culture of money. And then you stopped. And I remember dead silence being on the phone because when it hit me, like, I was just like, wow, what? I was like, it leaped in my spirit. I knew it was from God. I knew he spoke to you, right? Now, here's the funny part. Here's what y'all don't know. And thank you, by the way, all you guys who've tuned in today. We see you guys all out there, Candace.
And this is a different kind of interview, too, more than just the book. We want to give you the behind the scenes, the realness.
Yeah, we appreciate y'all checking in on this. But, you know,
Absolutely.
the thing that is so awesome about it is when you heard from God, here's the funny part, all right? I didn't have a book yet.
Right?
Remember that? I was just like, oh, that's awesome. Problem is, I don't have a book yet. I said, you know, but what it was, you tapped into the stream of my thoughts. All I shared with you was some thoughts. And then you went to the Lord, got the download. And
I did. I have to tell you, I did pray.
Yes,
and said, God, I've done so many great projects for other people. My brother, who I know is a true man of God. And I knew you were on a path to being a bishop. It wasn't announced. I literally said, God, I know him. And I know what I do. And this is not to be arrogant. I do what I do well.
Yeah, you do.
And I said, can you give me something? Because he's meant for the people.
Yeah.
And he's a different kind of bishop. And he's a different kind of millionaire. He actually cares. Because most self-made millionaires are jerks. They have to be. They have to be.
See that's that popcorn, y'all. That's that popcorn.
Shout out to Sir Ivan, trust fund baby, who told me I'm nice because I'm a trust fund baby. And they had this. He said most self-made millionaires are whatever, you know, because they have to be. And I was like, here's someone that's doing it right.
Yeah. But
and
God spoke,
I literally did not want to disappoint
you. Yeah.
And I literally fast and prayed and stayed to myself to say, how do I help my brother, and more importantly, carry on our family's spiritual legacy? See, that's what this culture of money really is about. That's why it's more than a book, it's a movement. Our ancestors go way back in the faith. Yeah. I mean, we're trailblazers, even on women speaking the gospel, where they told women to shut up and you couldn't sit in the pulpit.
Yep. I remember that. I remember because, you know, I was a deacon for mom for a while. And I remember her going to places. And I remember grandma, I remember her going to places in the city of Newark and not being welcome. I remember one time a pastor even refused to acknowledge her as a pastor and kept calling her Sister Salter.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? So, but what we're going to do with the culture of money, and this is why it's a movement, and that's why I'm so excited. When you guys read the book, you're going to find it's going to do a lot of work on you. Some of the work that we're talking about, it did on us, right? And things that we've been working on ourselves on with God. But the reason why is even what you just brought up, I think is very important, Cordelia, because one of the things we discovered, what you already knew, but you brought me into the further understanding of is even that dynamic, man, just even while we talk about the culture of money, just even the effect of how Black women, by the way, have such a unique struggle in this. And I really call out some things, but yet affirm some powerful things in Black women in this book, because this book is Black produced, Black female owned independent publishing house.
Right.
Black position, marketed, PR, and your firm,
Shout out to the great team.
digitate like the super duo. You're right.
No, she keeps us on track. That way,
yeah.
brother and sister don't get involved.
But you guys know the game. And black photographers, black graphic designers, black makeup artists, hairstylists for every shot. So what we really, really did here was take all these lessons of life, all these things we learned in our family, all these things we've been through, and you guys, you really pushed and produced a lot of this and gave direction. But God gave me these words, and these words that he gave me were like they popped off the pages as I was writing them, because everything we talked about, because of all the experiences I had watching black women trying to be professional and struggle to get paid equal pay, or even get paid the less than equal pay on time. To watch black business owners like myself struggle to get capital in position, and watching our people put their dollars in other communities, but then question the validity of doing business with other black business owners.
Validity, right?
Right. To watch our people, the people that you do ministry with, the people that you do activism with, to watch them hungry, to watch them, needing more, and to everybody to keep telling them things like, oh, just save more money. Well, the culture of money deals with the stuff that you got to do before you save the money, because all those other things, they're just throwing stuff at the wall that they heard before. But black folks got bigger problems than just saving money, right? And so we get into all those things that we have to deal with that prevent us from saving money, because we've been in this, we've seen this. And so what I love about this, what I really, really love about this, that's why I said the behind the scenes are important. It's from God, so it's biblical. It's culturally relevant because it is we're dealing with right now issues, but it's also family, because there's a whole big family working on this, right? And the family is the first institution. Before there was a church building, it was family.
Hey, bro, you remember? I mean, look, when grandma started her church, who she had? Our mother. Preach, mommy, preach. But it also even deals with the Great Migration and how we have come about. And I have to say that, yes, Salters are hardworking. And we're going to work and work and work. And we're going to hustle. I'm a hustler. That's why I'm in New York. New York is always good to a hustler. Okay? That's it, okay?
Hey.
I'm going to hustle New York and turn it upside down until the day is long, okay?
That's what you do. Yes, sir.
That's what I'm going to do. And when New York get tired of me, when one barrel, New York don't get tired when one barrel. If I wear out Harlem, I go to Queens. I wear Queens out. And then I go to Brooklyn. Wear Brooklyn out. By the time I get back to Harlem, or Midtown, they done forgot how I wore them out. So it's all good for me. And then I can do all the different ethnic groups. The Jews, the Iranians, everybody. Because what I realized is people are people. Yeah. And grandma taught us one thing, that when you show the love of Christ, people are willing to hear you. And in this book, you actually, and I have to say this, made yourself vulnerable.
That was hard too. Yeah, you know why? I mean, I know a lot of people are going to read this. There are going to be people that have only known me as a pastor that are going to read it. There are going to be people that read it that only know me as an executive. There'll be people that only know me as an entrepreneur. And being vulnerable is hard, but being vulnerable is the only way to get healed, right? And some of it was even reliving some things, like my bankruptcy, some of the shame and embarrassment of that, even how I didn't even let you guys know. And how I was so ashamed of that, how I wouldn't even look, y'all ride or die. My family would have went bankrupt trying to help me not go bankrupt. But things like that, like how I just kept that to myself, right? To work that out. And all my mistakes, like my financial mistakes and some of the goofy things that I did and learned from. But it was hard being vulnerable. But again, this is why you need people that you know are for you. Also people that are for the people. You kept telling me, which I really remind myself of these words now. You kept saying to me, I would say to you when I finished writing something vulnerable and we would talk, I would feel like pulling back. And I'd be like, nah, I don't want, you know what? Nah, you know, I don't know.
And it was a little
Yeah.
heated.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to do this.
So
And remember how you had to lean into me? Yeah, and you would lean into me. You'd be like, DeAndre, this is for the people. This God has assigned you for this season to speak to the people. You have to do this. And I remember one time it got so deep with my emotions, and you were talking me through them.
Oh, we was all up in our feelings.
Always up in our feelings. And I remember one time you said, remember, I don't know if you remember this one, but you said to me, and I was just like, I don't care what you say. I'm done. Like, I am not pulling this. Look, this is too emotional, this is too activating. I don't want to do all this. And then you said, you're so good at talking people back to the table, right? You was just like, listen to me. You was like, listen to me. This is from God. And if you don't do nothing else, you have to do this. Now, after you do this, if you don't want to do nothing else, I'm not going to bother you, but you're going to get this done.
Right?
Remember that?
Right? And by the way, I would tell them this is garbage. This is standard. That's why.
Oh, I remember that. I remember that section. I remember that section. Remember that section. There's a section of the book. I'm not going to tell you what it is. That way, if you think that you won't be trying to extra judge it, y'all going to love it, because I remember writing it. And you read it. You was like, listen, this is some standard garbage. You was like, this book ain't going to do no work for anybody.
I said, no. I said, you better bring it. I know what you got inside of you. Now, I just had to, okay, the culture of money, but I ain't got no word. This is 354 pages of knowledge. First of all, this is a lot of pages. We thought it was going to be about 200.
Black man had a lot to say. Black man had a lot to say.
Wait, when the word came to you, this, by the way, this is the hard copy. Put this next to your Bible, okay? And this is volume 1, okay? He has so much and so many gems. And I really wanted to do this call so that you understand that the culture of money even helped us become tighter. And we was already tight, but it really helped us become tighter and trusting each other and knowing each other.
Yep. And pushing each other.
And pushing each other and supporting each other. And I would say we had conversations that if it wasn't for this book, I don't think we would ever have them.
I agree with that. And you know what? That's a great pivot to this, right? And that's what this book is going to do, I think, for others. What we experience as brother and sister, as family, also as entrepreneurs, right? Because we have so many different levels working on. I think that's what's going to happen. Like, I think when people read this to the family, it's going to have some conversations.
No, it is happening.
This is going to happen. Like, and you know what? You're right, because we're already getting those emails. And, by the way, communicate. Let us know your story, right? Go to themoney.com to share your story. And by the way, everybody watching this, take the pledge. Like, if you're serious about your family, the Black Wealth Movement, we want 1 million Black folks to take the pledge. Take the pledge. If you don't do anything else today, go take that pledge. Take you nothing but 60 seconds. Because I think what that's going to do is give you the accountability in community that we're in this together, and the support.
Yes, we're a community.
We're a community.
We're a community of really wanting to know more, own more, and pass down more. No judgment zone here.
Yep. And so get in on this now.
It's not about what you did in your past.
Yep.
Or it is about how you use your past. So I don't want to say, hey, move on with the past, because the past can actually make you perfect. Your past can make you perfect if you use it and channel it the right way. Yep. But this book took us through some changes, and it took a little longer to write than what we had initially planned for. Right, Bishop?
Yeah. It was because I think there's healing. When we say in here this financial healing, it's bigger than that. You will just find healing, and you're going to find healing because the money may be the trigger for the conversation, but there are going to be some very therapeutic, cathartic conversations you're going to have with your children, with your siblings, with your mother and father, with your friend groups, because it's, trust me, it's what happened in us, it's going to happen in you. It's going to happen in you.
And it happened right here. And then, we had the great Tate Deidre in the background watching everything and saying nothing. We're gonna bring her to stage next week because she has even another perspective. I think she is Salter now, and I'm a Tate. We take like to moderate that level of conversation and to really drive us forward to move on it. Because a lot of people just talk. We come from the Black church, they talk all day. Okay? Don't let that preacher get up with the big pants. Child, what is he talking about?
You need to stop cracking on preachers. I keep telling you.
Okay, look, I get preachers are look, baggy pants and his breath stink. And that's the one that's going to talk all day. It's like put a Mentos in your mouth.
Now begins the comedy hour, y'all.
Okay, sorry. Look, I digress. But anyway, I just wanted to say that Deidre really kept us on track. And there are two preachers' kids, male and female. We both have our own experiences, and we're both entrepreneurs and successful in our own right. And Deidre's successful in her own right. And for her to come in and be able to drive it through the line, it was great.
It's a testament to a greatness. That's the other thing that I really loved about this project, right? What I really loved is, first of all, like I said, not only that we work with so many Black, excellently positioned people, professionals, accomplished, but honestly, don't you think the team behind this, while it is predominantly Black, it's an amazing team, but it's also like 80% Black female. And I think that's important, right? Because first of all,
Black culture is the Black female.
Black, I was going to say, and Black, it was just watching all the very powerful Black females work on this project, bring their talents to bay for this movement. It was incredible. Learned a lot, and I really appreciate about all of them was what we didn't have in our camp, at least, was any of the isms.
None of it.
With each other as professionals.
Stacey Gray, Keeley,
Come on.
I mean, we had the goats on it all.
And everybody's professional.
Cameron, award-winning, everybody behind this project, and they did it for the love.
They did it for the love, man. And it was like that mutual respect. And I'm hoping some of that, the reason why I think this story is important tonight is I'm hoping in some of the businesses that are going to be started after people read this book and some of the things people do, I'm hoping they really take that section I have in here on how to treat Black females in business and why Black women deserve our dollars. It's very important because Black women are killing it. And I wanted to recognize that even in tonight, because sisters are out there killing it. No disrespect to brothers out there, but at the end of the day, sisters out there killing most new business that are being started in the Black community are Black women. And so when we say, watch this, when we say Black entrepreneurs need Black dollars to recycle in our community and do business with us so that we have capital, predominantly when we say that, we're talking about Black females who have started those businesses like yourself, like Deidre Tate, like Stacey, like Keely. You guys have done it. And this is why we need to be contracting with you, listening to you, dealing with you, because that's what this movement is about. Again, it's the personal, it's the corporate, it's the community, it's all that. Because listen, y'all, we are going to change. Remember our goal. Our one simple goal is, and we put this in, and I put this in book. We're not we're tired of having a negative conversation about money when it comes to Black people. Black people influence culture, everything. We tease the Black church sometimes, but guess what? The Black church is Black culture, right? And so it's an epicenter of Black culture. And Black folks, we influence the way people dress. We influence the way people listen to music. We influence the style of music, the style of singing, the style of being, swag, personality, identity, right? But the only thing that we're not associated with positively is even our food, by the way, but it's money. When you think about Black folks and money, it's one of our goals is to change the conversation. When you think about Black folks and money, we think negative things. And the culture of money, we're going to change that conversation. We're going to pivot that into this wider conversation. And folks are not going to laugh at us about money. Now that the culture of money is here, we're establishing, reframing the conversation, and we are the culture of money. So that when we're thought about in the largest sense of community, when they think about us, they won't just think about our food, our dress, our way of being, our style of singing, our style of worship, our style
how
of
we move our body.
how we move.
Because
Right.
they want to police us all day.
Everything wants to be copied, but we're going to give them something to copy. We're going to give them something to copy talking about money.
Because say what you want, the Black church did a lot of great things. I mean, do you remember building funds?
Hey, how about paying people's light bills?
What? What? It got done.
And it's still getting done. Some of the smallest churches in the hood do some of the best work.
Wait, and that's where we come from.
That's right.
That's where we come from. We come from, and Bishop has taken our family church to astronomical levels. But we come from the people, where we raise money to get somebody a car to go to, to get it when they got their job. We took up offerings when you went to college.
Yep.
We had education Sundays, celebrating graduates. We took care of our own. Just like I have to say, Salters, we take care of each other. I have to say that.
Yeah.
We look out for each other. And we are the culture of money, but so are you.
That's right.
And if your family hasn't been a culture of money, this is what it is. Change the dynamic now. Let's move on it, because you have the ability to change. And when I tell you this book, when I gave him the idea, I wasn't even looking to do this much emotional work on myself.
Me neither. And the church
we did that work. Man. And I just wanted to tell you, Bishop, I need to say this, but you are the only bishop, period, that's self-made, millionaire amongst all religions, master's in divinity, and a certified financial expert. You actually put yourself in certified financial expert with the SEC. Like, people don't really get that. You put yourself in that realm to do that work. So you just ain't hooping and hollering, and Lord, the Lord want to give you money.
Don't sleep on my hooping now. I can hoop when I want to, though.
Well, no, you can hoop down. But you can hoop all day. I mean, I can hoop too down, and I don't even preach. It's not jingle. But you actually did the work and become, and I don't think people really grasp that a bishop is a certified with the SEC financial expert. He's done the work both in the spiritual realm, in the natural realm, and even in the family realm. Because I'm a tough sister. He got a bunch of tough sisters, by the way. While he's talking about women, he got a tough wife. Okay.
I know. Hey, come for me if you want to after this. My sisters, listen, my sisters ride or die.
Oh yeah, I'm touching for my brother.
Don't come for me, y'all. Telling y'all right now.
I just want to thank you for opening yourself up. And as a Black man and as a brother, I actually wanted to do this live to publicly say to the world how proud I am for you to put yourself out there like this. This is not easy.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
And I like touche, hats off. And this was a lot of work to get to even this point. And let me just tell you, everybody, we are #1 on Amazon bestseller list. Yes. Come on, we Coach Your Money.
5 days straight.
That hot.
5 days straight.
Yes, yes. And we're going for more. And because this is a movement, and first of all, and thank you all, everybody. And also thank you, Impact, for having my brothers back. Because that's my brother first. Okay? And I just want to thank everybody that supported this project. And I just look, let me get a little teary-eyed. Let me have my moment. To Cordelia, this book and platform came to you from God, then to me to steward. These words are a result of you speaking over my life and pushing me to serve yet again. You're a great sister, but a greater woman. Love you always. If that don't show you the humility of your big brother, who's also a bishop, to say those words and appreciate that, you can't tell me there's not that he's not favored by God. Because that is, I worked hard for that, by the way. He's working. But I just want to say I thank you for that. And I think, and I read that comment because the world needs to hear how a Black man could appreciate the women in his life.
True that.
And I love you, brother.
Love you too, babe. Love you too. Listen, can I read one little thing before we go?
Yeah.
It's just
Please.
real short.
Yeah.
All right. Listen. Towards the end of the book, guys, on page 306, this is my charge to you. And I think what my sister just said, what Cordelia just said, is very apropos. I don't want you'll hear it in these words too. This is to you. Thank you for waking up to the truth and living your life more purposefully. This is God's plan for you. He wired and designed us to think about the future. He made us with everything we would need on earth to be successful. As you adopt these new principles, your financial behaviors will cause you to live life with margin. Think about it. You will have less financial worry today and tomorrow, so that there will be something left for the next generation. You are on your way to becoming a bona fide member of the culture of money. I pray you live up to your God-given privilege. Let us walk in Black excellence and redefine Black wealth and legacy. We will know more. We will own more. We will pass down more. That's living the culture of money. So,
thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you for your time. Love you. Good night.